status boost, give you a little like along your gameplay. Which god do you usually try to aim for when you're playing?
It just depends on the weapons I choose. I love Poseidon a lot, but Zeus got me through a lot of it. So like Zeus was really good, and Ares.
He's like, and
what is this? Dionysus?
Dionysus. Girl, you with these names, mama.
Bitch, I don't know how to pronounce
Is it Thanatos or Thanatos?
Thanatos.
Is it crazy or auntie? I don't know if I don't want to say that word on the pod because it's naughty.
It's auntie.
Auntie? It's auntie.
It's auntie, but I'm auntie, but you like that.
No, yeah, Dionysus. So interestingly enough, I actually just beat Hades. The
first time.
The boss.
Yeah.
I beat him for the first time 2 weeks ago.
I want to say
Is it like 2 weeks ago now?
Did you feel accomplished? Did you feel
when
complete?
I tell you, I wasn't even trying to play. I was just sitting there like shit talking with Will on the couch, and we were like, and I was like, oh. And then I realized, I was like, bitch, I'm fucking him up. I was like, Will, I'm beating him up. Like, I'm beating him up, Will. I got through his first life without losing a single life. I was like, Will, I'm kicking his ass. Like, and Will was like, ooh, go. And then, bitch, I forgot he had those beams and all the...
God.
I was like, okay, so Wasty said, hide behind the pillars. So that's what I did. I literally squeezed by, mama. I was using... That shield was decking him in the pussy. So much, girl. I was throwing that shit at him to save my life.
Oh, girl, you had the shield?
Yeah.
Okay. A little pro tip for anybody using the shield: you can put your stance where you're holding the shield, and that blocks his beam.
I didn't trust it.
Oh, I didn't trust it. No, if he's super close, the bullshit is there's times where I hid behind the pillars. When he's standing close to the pillars and he puts that beam through, it goes through the fucking pillar.
So I was never close enough. I was never close enough. He couldn't catch me, mama.
Gays don't block, bitch. We dodge.
Period. Poop.
There we go.
Or we counter.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but my favorite go-to gods. So I really actually do like Dionysus. I think that character model is gorgeous. Ugh, love him. Also, he gets turn parties all around. Turn up 24/7. Let's get into that. But I have not seen Dionysus in a single playthrough for my last 10 probably. It's so weird. His boons don't show up for me. So lately, I love Athena. I love the shields. I think that's so sickening. The deflection is OP as fuck. I think it's so powerful. I get into a little bit of Poseidon and a little bit of Zeus for your primary attack, but that's about it. I love Artemis. Not Artemis. Yeah, Artemis is cute.
Artemis.
But what's her name? Aphrodite. I love Aphrodite too. The Aphrodite Dionysus combo.
She's pink.
The Aphrodite Dionysus combo. It's lit.
Hell yeah.
So those two, if I had a choice, if I could pick, it would be Dionysus, Athena, and Aphrodite.
All my playthroughs, and I'm gonna be a little bitch and just say this: I never want. Okay, so I beat Hades 10 times, 9 times with the spear. In each one of them, at least 3 times. The second spear, I never used it. The first, the third, and the last one, the Guan Yu, Hades, and his Zagreus spears, I beat them all 3 times each. And then once with the bow. And all of them had one thing in common. I had Dionysus and his hungover equipped it. And I keep leveling that shit up.
His shit's OP.
And then I just kept using that. So it was and that little hammer that basically gives your weapon a status boost. So for one of the weapon boosts for the spear is when I throw the spear, if it hits an item, it hits 7 enemies nearby.
Right. I remember that
hits anything nearby. So if there's jars or other shit nearby, it'll break them. So when I was fighting Hades, whenever he gets close to the pillar, I won't have to hit him. I just gotta hit the pillar and it hits him with it. So, so that's the only reason why I beat him so many times.
She said exploitation, mama.
And Guan Yu had this ability where it cut my health in half, and it was a healing ability where I had to charge his spinning attack.
Didn't you ever beat the game with a sword?
No, I went far with the sword. I
almost beat it with the sword on my first run with the sword.
Yes, that's right. That's true.
And
I got to Hades and lost.
I went as far as the tag team duo in the third world with the sword on my 3rd playthrough. And it sucks because I agree with you on that. It's you make it so far in the game when you go in with no mission, no goals. It's oh, I'm just gonna play just to play. Once you do that, it's like you make it so fucking far without even trying. And then it's like when I put in effort and put in trying, it's like, oh, I get my ass handed to me, and I start making
lucky. You get
I
lucky.
make so many stupid mistakes after a while. There was multiple times where I feel like I could have beaten Hades with the other weapons if I didn't like get too ahead of myself, because I'm like, I'm whooping his ass, Cindy, and then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, he punched me and decked me in the face. I ate that shit.
Yeah.
You know what though? The thing with that game is that it's like a casino game. It's like when you're like playing like a slot machine.
Yeah.
You put a quarter in there and say, oh, I'm just gonna play a quarter and just see whatever happens.
See,
then you win, and then that makes you want to play again, and then you never did.
See, and it's the god, and it's always the gods that are always like, my favorite combination is Dionysus with his hangovers with either the primary attack or the special attack. But always, I feel like I can never beat the game unless I have Poseidon's call with me.
Yeah.
Oh, there was times where I ran it up on fucking Hades with Poseidon's call and Hermes, because he had that ability that boosts.
I forgot about Hermes. I love Hermes.
I love Hermes.
Yeah.
There's times where Hermes will give me that option to have my call like boosted up by like, it just automatically regenerates at the beginning of the like every room you walk into. It just automatically starts.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, that's
you know
right.
what? I have to swap Aphrodite out for Demeter. Demeter's sick.
Demeter would.
I never
honestly,
unlocked Demeter.
You had to make it.
I
You had to
haven't
beat him
unlocked it.
once. Did you beat him?
I beat the game. I beat the game once.
Yeah,
But
all you
then
have to do is
after that, I
keep.
stopped playing.
No, you just gotta keep playing a little bit, and then she pops up in like as a god.
Yeah, I saw you guys get her, but I didn't get her yet.
She adds a still stat, a chill stack. She's pretty nifty. She's not my go-to girl, but honestly, if I had to choose between her and somebody else, I think the goddess of the hunt. She's like my last. She's like my low tier god.
I feel like she's like good with bow techniques. Is that
really.
right? No, really?
She's kind of, but then not.
Okay.
A lot of hers is just basically like her shit is like if you rely on like the fists and stuff, I think it would be useful because a lot of her boons are like, oh, it boosts your critical attacks.
Oh, I think I may
Percentages.
love her then.
No, she's actually really useful if you can if you can score the right boons. Most of her boons that show up that were garbage.
Oh, can we talk about fucking chaos? That bitch fucked me over at least like 6 different times.
I don't touch those
Nope,
portals.
neither do I.
I'm like, you want me to pay health and then pay a price for a curse that's not going to be any good? No thanks.
Oh, trust me.
I think I've gotten one good boon out of chaos, and it was like for the next like 10 encounters, you have lower health, but then you get like 60% attack. And I was like, that's a pretty good payoff if I can survive. And I did. But then literally right after the encounter where I got the attack boost, I died. So I was like, oh,
That's the curse.
work.
Oh, I'm at that point where every time I see chaos, I gave chaos a nectar and he gave me his little like trinket as the chaos egg. And basically what I have to do is when I have that equipped, I don't have to pay no penalty to go see chaos.
Oh,
And it heightens your chances of running into him as well.
Yeah, because I barely run into
It's
him.
50-50. There's some days where they're pretty good. There's some days where I'm like, why the fuck do you have that as an option? Because the only thing that sucks is going to see him and then it's like, oh, well, you can't pick up any of your cast items for like the next 5 seconds after you throw them, but you get movement speed by like 20%. It's like, oh, wow, I can run around faster. Okay, what the fuck ever. Where's Hermes?
right.
The only thing I go for him was his ability to give you like 68% boost of like any jewels, gems, money and shit like that. And I'm here for that. But again, Hermes side hustle like gives me money for every chamber I open.
Right. Give me the money.
Give me them monies.
Yeah, it's Hermes.
So let's move into a little bit of the fun stuff. The dating options in the game.
Oh my god.
Ooh, dating. So like in any game, any aspect that I'm interested in, I'm here for the relationship shit. My Stardew Valley, any of my Harvest Moon runs.
Okay, well,
I
can
love
we
a
actually
romance.
just say like upfront, because I've only beat the game at this point now once, so I've not done enough run throughs to see as much as you have. Will's not beating it, so
I beat it once.
Oh, Will's beat it once, same as me.
Yes.
Not near as enough times as Wacy to know. So this bitch tells me, "Oh yeah, you can romance. You can." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was like,
I was
very
confused too because
shook.
every time I play it, Will's always there to like just hang out with me, or he sees me playing it. So there was times where like I run into Zagreus and